Hey traders, today we're going to analyze silver, and it's going to be very an interesting analysis because we actually have no idea whether it's going to the upside or back further to the downside. But all what we can say is we went to the highest level of 121, and then we were falling back down within few days to 77. All right, so let's the analysis begin and let's see whether we are going for bearish or bullish. Here we go. We have to analyze from the top-down analysis, which is the higher time frame starting from the monthly, the weekly, daily, and the 4-hour time frame. And after that, we are going to find the right support and the resistance level. And then we are going to analyze further down when our entry level is. We clearly see that the monthly time frame, it is still a bullish uptrend. Just because the highest level of 121 back down to 77, it doesn't mean anything for right now that it will crash. So the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame is also still bullish. So why is it still bullish? So we have the higher low, right? Then we got the higher high, it came back down, and then we created a new higher high. So from this point to that point, it is still a bullish uptrend. Okay, so nothing has been broken down on the higher low yet. All right, so the weekly time frame is still bullish. The daily time frame is bearish. Why is the daily time frame bearish? So if you guys see from the left-hand side that we have a beautiful staircase, it went up, it went down, right? The higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. I wouldn't really consider this one as a new higher low because it went sort of sideways if we only look at the daily time frame. So this one is the higher low and this one is the higher high. So right here, the higher low, this long candle broke through and even closed. So that means that we are creating a new lower low. And then once it came back up, a lower high, lower low, lower high. So this is definitely a bearish market trend. On the 4-hour time frame, of the 4-hour time frame, you guys know it, it is bearish, right? Because we have a beautiful staircase. It went up, down, yes, down, and then it broke, it went up, back down, and so on and so forth. And this one is the last higher low, right? And this one is the last higher high. So what happened? What happened? So this candle broke through and it did hold underneath. It came back up to retest and came back all the way down. So what does it tell me? It is a bearish market. Okay. So what is the conclusion for the trend? The trend is sort of undecided because we have the weekly and the monthly time frame that is still bullish. And then we have the daily and the 4-hour time frame that is bearish. And I also analyzed the 2-hour, 1 hour, and 30 minutes, and they are also in the bearish downtrend. So what do we need to do? So now we need to find the support level. So I only found a 1 monthly support level. The 1 monthly support level literally go all the way on the left hand side, all the way back to, wow, 2008, 1980, 2080. That's going to be the future. 1980, okay? And then around here, 2011. Why is this? Because as you guys can see here, the gray area, right, which is the support level, it literally hit once, twice, 3 times, even 4 times around this area. All right. So if we look all the way back to the 1980s, it didn't do anything. It went up, went back down. So this one does not count. So in the recent years, what do we see here? 2025, it came back down, it hold, came back up. So we got 1 point, 2 points, and that's it. 3 points in 2021, and 4 points and 5 points. Okay, so we hit basically 5 touches around this time frame. So this indicates that it's a really strong support level with the weekly and the daily time frame. So let's move on to the weekly time frame. So for the weekly time frame, we have two. Okay, as I just mentioned about it. So the weekly time frame aligns with the monthly time frame. And then we have one weekly time frame around 47. Okay, around 47. So it came back down and it did touch once and it hovered um, around this area and then it pushed back up. So if we look at all the way on the left, all the way on the left right here. So back in 2011, what do we have here? It came back up, it came back down. So this was actually a resistance level, but now it turned into a support level because the resistance level broke through, hold it, push further up. All right. So if we look all the way back in 1980, what do we have here on the weekly time frame? There you go. It came up, reject, and then we created another touch of the resistance level that was back then, but now it turned into a support level. So we have two weekly support level, the one at 48, 47, and the other one around 28 and 27 as well. So now let's dive further into the daily time frame. So into the daily time frame, what do we have here? This one is the daily support level, and this one is the daily support level. So right here, we do see two touches. Two touches are not too bad. It's better than one. So it's sort of strong. So we have like one touch and then we have another touch. Is this a support or a resistance level? Yes, now it is a resistance level because it did break through, it came back up, it retested. So it tells me that the new resistance level and not the support level holds up the weight and then pushes back down. So this one is a resistance level and not a support level. So then we have here the daily support level. Why is it a support level? Because we got one touch recently, and then we got two touches right here. Okay. On the left-hand side, I can tell you in advance, there is nothing to read about it because it never really came around this area. So it was a very first time. If we don't have any history on the left-hand side, it is so dangerous that I would not trade. So, but now we do have a little bit of history. So we know where the support and the resistance levels is. So on the 4-hour time frame, it is the same thing. And the 4-hour is aligned with the daily, as you guys can see right here. And then we have another 4-hour time frame that is aligned to this daily support level. And you guys can see right here on the left-hand side as well, right? We got one touch, two touch, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. And right here is another resistance level that I marked right there. And that's the reason why I did mark it. Now we are heading downwards for our entry level. So right now, my target is either to sell at the 4-hour and the daily support level once it breaks, or it may bounce back on the support level and I want to buy. Let's focus to sell silver. I can predict, I can assume, I can analyze that it may come back down. It wants to try to break. Maybe it's going to have it around and gives another shot. And once it breaks, right, and it's going to retest. Sometimes it retests very quickly in the smaller time frame, like the 50 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour time frame. Then I want to see a bearish engulfing candle, and then I will sell to make sure that silver is having a selling pressure to the downside. All right. So this is my confirmation and my analysis to sell silver. However, if silver doesn't really want to go further down, let's say it is coming down, it is playing around, it's hovering around, and then it's creating a new bullish momentum, then I'm ready to buy to the upside around this 4-hour resistance level. So why is it a resistance level, and why do I want to target for this part? The reason why is we have a lot of touches right here as well. Okay, so we have actually one touch. You barely see it right here. We have a second touch. We have a third touch. This did touch, but it came back up very quickly. And then we have another touch-ish around this area as well. I think it will bounce back, play around, and then it may come back down. But if I'm wrong, it will push through the 4 hour support level, come back down and push through again, and then it will go back to the upside. But for right now, what I analyze, it really wants to break through of the 4 hour and daily support level and would like to go in the selling pressure. So in my opinion, I would not panic um, for selling or buying gold. Just wait for your confirmation. All right. So I totally forgot to tell you guys that on the weekly time frame, we do have a beautiful doji. A doji itself could be a reversal. A doji itself, it will just hold up and it doesn't really know where it wants to go. So I could think of that since there's a doji on the higher time frame, it goes back up, it's going to play around on the strong resistance level, and then it wants to further go down. Okay, if we analyze at the weekly time frame, let's see next week, and please comment down below what you guys think about the analysis. Do you guys want to buy or do you guys want to sell? All right. And as always, you execute, you gain, and you succeed. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.